Courtines saves the draw for Inter. But we must go to the Allianz Arena and Bayern Munich for Manchester United 3. Tell me why, Chris, you think that this was a good United performance?
Well, I think they played their best match all year. That doesn't mean more than just that. They played good. Let me go back. Because I feel
They
like,
played good for 20 minutes.
let me just now listen. You got to say, you have to admit, they show resilience. I mean, compared to the 5 matches they played in the Premier League, 5-4. What is it? 5-5, right?
Yeah.
It's been a disaster every time. Different types of ways. They have played Manchester United. They have played horribly in different, which is incredible. They played horribly in different types of ways.
Yeah, it's
I
like
think
they
that's
know how to win different ways. They know how to play
yeah,
bad in different ways.
different ways. So I think that you can't underestimate the fact that they went against Bayern Munich, a tough team, and somehow they were able to get close. Now you can say that Casemiro was laying down, and I'm the number one person that I won't judge a midfielder because they score a goal, because that's not their job to do, right? Especially if they score the way he did. So that's not what I meant. But what I'm trying to say here is that, Onana gave away goals too. They don't
He
count.
did. He did.
The opposite team shouldn't count on that, or at least United will go to their matches thinking, hey, our goalkeeper is not going to give away goals. So that's one thing there. That's one way to look at it. But I think they just played their best match this year. That doesn't say much, because obviously there's a lot of improvement to do. There could be some positive things. Ten Hag mentioned, and we'll probably have his what he had to say. He said, when you score 3 goals in Bayern at Bayern, you should come out at least with a point. I get that. That's more than likely
Yeah,
what
I
needs to
think if
happen.
if
But
you if you had said in a vacuum, "Oh, you're going to score 3 goals away from home," you would have thought you were going to win. But the problems for United are defensive
defensively,
and mentality wise. One, they give up way too many shots. So I think one of the things that I think about with football is try not to be results driven but performance driven. The results ultimately will be how you're judged, but when you're a big team and you have all these players, you have to think about how you played, right? So
right?
United give up way too many shots, way too many on target. What does that mean? It means that either they're not getting in front of players to prevent shots, or they're too deep and guys are exposed. One thing you saw was Musiala just running through the midfield without anyone in front of him. The thing that I think people don't realize is when you hear terms like he's lost his legs, he's too old, he's lost a foot or something. In football, it's such fine margins. The difference between you stopping a break because you're a foot closer and a guy running past you is a half a yard. A half a yard is a step. If you lose a step in the midfield that you didn't have and you're 32 years old, that player goes past you where you used to stop him. And so I think that's really the issue with Casemiro. United, I don't know if everyone knows this, last season played, I think, the maximum amount of games you could play in Europe. They almost played 65, 70 games. And when Casemiro came, aside from red cards, he played in every game. So they ran him into the ground. They went on a preseason tour where they were all around the world. So they're already leggy in the beginning of the season because they don't have depth or they don't have trust in players. Plus, they have injuries. So United they're at half strength going against teams that have strong winning mentalities. Like, the one thing that I think is clear about United is, especially under Ten Hag, they're fragile. They give up a goal, their heads go down, they give up another one. Now, they're able to get out of these things and pull themselves back up, like in the Nottingham Forest game where they gave up the 2 goals early, they pulled themselves out of it. But in this game, Onana makes the mistake. One, I didn't like how nobody went up to him to look after him. Like there was no team unity in that moment. Then
There
they
was
give
a
up.
player. I can't. He's in the picture, but
It's
regardless,
Reguilon who's been there for 3 weeks.
yeah.
Or Dallo, whatever. But
But
it's
but
not like the leadership. It's not Fernandez. It's not everyone get together. We're Man United. We're gonna go. They have no strong strength as a unit. And then the game kind of drifts, and Bayern Munich hit the post like 3 times. They could have been gone. And their midfield weakness, and they're kind of like faux laziness, I guess. They're like, oh, we'll be fine. They let United back in this game, and it's the least close 4-3 you'll ever see. Now, you can give credit to United. I thought that Bayern just were like, at any time that they wanted to, they could have scored another goal. I was never feeling like Bayern were going to lose this game, ever. Now, I don't like the handball on Eriksson. That was bullshit. Excuse me. I just hate all VAR. I hate how we referee games. I hate all of it. Just go back to the old way, whatever that was. But United are still in crisis, I'd say. If
yeah,
they
I
lose to
mean,
Burnley, I mean,
no,
I
no,
don't know
that
what'll
can't.
happen.
That
The
that
thing,
can't. Well,
United will
uh,
collapse into itself.
let's keep it simple. I mean, if they lose against Burnley, then Ten Hag needs to go. That is the bottom line. There's no way. If there's no question,
But what does that
there's no
do?
nothing. What that does is you have to refresh something needs to happen because you
It
can.
can't. I don't think it can be Ten Hag again. I don't. I really don't.